I'm spam clicking and it's not doing shit.
Alright, let's see it. No, wait, I need eye patch.
So this is stage 1, right?
What? It got revamped. I never saw that. I never saw that. Wait a minute. Wait, hop down.
I swear.
What the hell? How did I not know of this?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, this got revamped, but
Yeah, that, okay. This is so similar to the anime.
just look at this. I swear we
Oh.
had something like this. I swear it already existed.
This existed? Okay, this existed as stage 1. And
Maybe, actually.
stage 1 got revamped. Let me see the skill set for this.
So, does this seem familiar?
Let me see. Wait, what move was it?
It's click.
Okay. There we go. There we go. That makes sense now. Alright.
Yeah. However, this has something interesting. Pretty sure iPatch doesn't have this.
Is that like one move?
Yeah, it's just if you can spam click and the last, like the fourth hit does a jump down. If I do this, for example, this is R, and I... God, this is
Okay.
so messy.
I can see
If
it
I do
now.
R, and I hit you, you actually get smacked down to the ground as well.
That's interesting.
So that was R. This is E, which is just a jab. I have tested, by the way. None of the skills are slidable, only F, but you'll see what it does.
Whoa, is that F?
This is E. This is E.
What is that dash distance?
By the way, this is not slidable.
I mean, no shit, if it was slidable, you could have covered all of Arena.
Right, now this is F.
Wow. 10 out of 10 move, Sushi.
Wow!
I love... Okay.
This is slidable. And what it does is... It's a perfect frame parry. So, yeah, just keep clicking me.
Stop. What do you mean by that?
Okay.
And it stuns you. So you can imagine if you get like jumped, you can just do that and get even more distance.
The C move.
This is C.
Okay.
It's exactly the same.
I already see
Is
the
there a
potential.
combo? Yeah, it's quite a painful one.
Yeah.
Oh,
I saw that potential.
yeah.
That's okay.
Oh, and by the way, here, come over here. I don't know if the cooldown has been fixed, but I was able to do like 2 click combos in one. Yeah, 2. So it's not fixed. You can still do like a long ass stun combo.
I'm so shocked. Do it again. I'm gonna try to escape.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
All right.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh my god.
So Shuji cooked on this one, that's for sure. It's not overpowered, and that's because of one thing. It doesn't have slide moves. You have a slide move, but if you use it and you do not parry properly, watch. It gets like a half a second punishment that you cannot move.
Huh.
You cannot move, you cannot block. He cooked on this one, really. This is quite the interesting weapon.
That's pretty interesting. So, Hello guys, welcome to the video. Yes, it's a 5-minute late introduction, but as you guys already saw, that's Shuu2. I think it's not a Kakuja, it's just the second stage. Can you block real quick?
No, wait, that's the parry.
Okay. Okay, it's a normal block. It looks cool. Design looks cool. I like how the first stage shocked me because I forgot that it looked like that. Specifically that I'm actually rewatching the anime again, and it actually looks more similar to this one. So yeah, the second stage is pretty cool. I can't say if it's balanced or not. I feel like it's good for a second stage of a weapon that costs what, like $1 million?
500,000.
Like half a million, not even $1 million. So it's decent, not bad. I still haven't fought it, obviously, but off of it, I'm gonna give like 7.6 out of 10 for this. It's not bad.
At least it's not a PNG.
Exactly. Yeah, it looks cool. What about you?
Well, if we're talking about design,
Design and like overall.
I would say about an 8.
I mean, given the fact that I think you still haven't fought with it.
I have for like 5 minutes, and then I had to go
Okay, fair enough.
do my studies for school.
So far before the PvP part, it's a 7.6 for me, and it's an 8 for Laur. Now I'm gonna show you my Balenciaga bag that I grinded for. That's number 1. This took me like 3 days to get. I know, it looks cool. You can do that too. Number 2 is this. Now I patched 2, wasn't it? So I know we are approximately 2 months late for this, but might as well. So when Laur showed me this in the sneak peeks of the Ro-Ghoul Discord server, I told him that I'm gonna main it, and these were the famous last words, because after I tried it, me and Laur, I just despised it so much. And as a matter of fact, a week ago, I sparred someone in a public server that used this weapon, and I'm gonna show you clips of that fight. It was so horrible to fight against because that player was actually good, and it felt like he was hacking. Yeah, but when I used it, I didn't feel like I was hacking. If anything, I felt like I should retire again. So let's go over the moveset. But before that, let me address how beautiful it looks. It looks really nice, you know, looks powerful, but it doesn't look like it doesn't do how it looks. Does that make sense?
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
If I see someone holding this weapon without knowing what it does, I'd think that I'm probably screwed. But no, this weapon is horrible unless you're a really skilled player. So, first of all, here's the block. This is the main base version. This is the second stage, or the second version basically, which is supposedly ranged. And either ways, it looks really cool. The design is really nice. And without further ado, let's get into the showcase. So as Laur is microwaving himself, I'm going to show you the clicks. The clicks are spammable, and it's like a dash forward with each click. Keep in mind this weapon is based off Ichigo from Bleach, which is like, yeah, Ichigo definitely made an appearance in Tokyo Ghoul, if you guys didn't know. That's why this makes so much sense, by the way. And also Godzilla and Zoro and I don't know who else like made an appearance in Tokyo Ghoul. That's why we have Jira and Kura 2 or something, and this now. But anyways, so that's the first slashing move. It doesn't stun, does a little bit of damage, and it is spammable. It's not slidable, unfortunately, but it is pretty weird. For the second move, or the first skill of the melee mode, E is basically a dash stun. I don't think it stuns, but it is slightly slidable.
It does stun.
So it does stun, and it's kind of slidable. It's good for catching people if you want a combo. Oh, okay, there we go. Second move is R, and R is also slidable. It does shred damage. That doesn't really do much damage. Oh, okay. There you go. And then we have the F move, which is, I believe, also a stun. There you go.
Yep.
And you could say the melee version skills has more potential to catch people, since this stuns, and then this stuns. So, or pushes back, at least the R pushes back. Now, for the second stage, which is the ranged, the click, it's like Kura and Demon Yamada. If you combine them into moves, it's really spammable. Doesn't stun, doesn't cancel, does click damage because it's a click move. Moving on, we have the E, which isn't a stun, by the way, and it is not slidable. It does a bit of bleed damage, though. Good for continuing your combos from the first stage. Then you have the R, which also doesn't stun, I believe. And
It does. There is one condition though. Your target must be bleeding in order for R to stun. So if you use E and then R, I get stunned.
okay, so E. There you go. You guys saw it was stunned for like a millisecond, I believe.
Yeah, it's
And
not really worth it.
these moves are not really slidable. Last but not least, F, which is the strongest move in all of this kit. You basically throw something and it catches onto your opponent. It's like a Ginkui. Not only them getting stunned, but at the same time you just teleport to where they are. So nice, and that didn't hit. So you guys saw how much range I got though. There you go. Hits, he gets stunned for a bit, and then I can continue a combo. And yeah, this move is slidable, kinda. You know, it's slightly slidable, but I'm pretty rusty. So that is it for the eye patch 2. That's the 2 new showcases that we have. Do we have anything else? The other updates that came was that the bosses spawned for 1 minute, and then Gyakusatsu spawned for 1 minute, and that's it. Aside from that, I don't believe there's any other revamps or changes.
No, I don't think so, no.
Okay, so before we get into the sparring part, I wanted to talk about a few things I realized while playing Ro-Ghoul. A few days I actually got my friend into Ro-Ghoul, and I was helping him grind, and I told him how easy it is to grind now, because back in the day it took me like a year to get max level. For me personally, it took me 3 years to get max level, so yeah. Now you can get max level in like 2 days. 1 day if you're no-lifing the game. So I was helping him out, and I was looking through like the missions and the tasks and the reputation, and I realized there's so much more potential to this game than it shows. Like, there could be more bosses or whatever it may be. Like, specifically the fact that I've been playing Jujutsu Kaisen games and I'm seeing quests there, and I'm like, okay, we can use a map rework, we can use quests rework, we can do quests multiple times, not only for reputation but for XP as well, and a lot of things. And he can change, for example, the new 2 bosses, which is Arima and Eto. Their AI based moves that could be used for what's it called, for other bosses. That's number 1. Number 2 is that I feel like we should be able to utilize our fists more in combat and other stuff like parrying. Specifically when I heard about Shuu2 having a parry move, I was like, okay, why don't we have something like a perfect block that parries? So There you go. Why don't we have that, you know? That would make PvP so much more interesting. And yeah, there's just a lot of potential for this still. Even though Ro-Ghoul is, you know, Ro-Ghoul is Ro-Ghoul at the end of the day. Well, yeah, it's just a side note I wanted to comment on. Anyways, let us get into the sparring session. In this sparring session, we're gonna not only showcase one new weapon, but two new weapons. So, let us go. You know what? This is pretty fun. I'm actually starting to hit combos with this. And it's like fair, you could say. Alright guys, I'm not that good with this weapon. I'm still getting the hang of it. But that shoe is pretty interesting. That shoe is pretty interesting. That's one thing I can say. I'm gonna run one more in hopes of... I started to realize if I get caught in this combo, I just have to block and pray.
Ooh, that did parry, but it didn't
Did
stun.
it? Okay, because it was a ranged move probably. 3, 4. Okay. Oh my god, I forgot there is a move called E. Okay, let me lock in for this guy. Never mind, let me not lock in for this. That's a very balanced weapon now that I think about it. I'm gonna try with,
Try IXA.
Yeah.
Or
I'll try with IXA. So far, it works pretty decently against, like, melee weapons. That did parry me, holy. Okay. Wait, you're not really doing damage to me while I'm blocking. That's... Oh my god, okay, IXA's goated in this. The IXA block somehow... Okay. I'm
It maybe
starting.
shouldn't have, I thought it was.
I'm starting to understand it better now. Actually, I'm like very fascinated by it.
I do really like it, like the way it's used.
Yeah, and that parry is so useful.
The parry.
The parry
Because
is so useful.
the parry is like a frame perfect parry. So you need to time it perfectly in order for it to actually work.
I mean, that's what parrying is all about. The scariest move to get caught in is that E, because if I do get caught in it, it's like full combo. Okay. It is fun. That has so much potential. Like,
It is really hard to play against ranged weapons. Kind of like, what was it? Which weapon was it? The same situation as Furuta.
Furuta. Oh yeah,
The One Punch Man.
I just remembered. Okay guys, I'm a shit owl player, so I'm a shit player generally because I haven't played it properly in a long time. Okay. Laura's already adapting to stronger combos. I can't let him get stronger. Okay. Overall, I'm garbage at the moment, and that thing has potential to actually go against meta weapons. So, yeah, please don't roast me. Okay. I want to see. So, a full combo does approximately like more than half health. I want to see with IXA. Like, do a full combo. Let me block. Because I noticed an insane damage difference with IXA's block. I mean, do you see this? It's not even like half health. But if I use, let's say, Owl or anything that doesn't have the IXA block, it just goes to hell. So let's say I block with Owl. Yeah, my block is already gone. So yeah, block is not really infinite. So if you're blocking, I feel like the damage is less, but that block is gonna get broken eventually, and then you're pretty much screwed. So that's interesting. So I'm really happy that IXA can counter this weapon. But yeah, let's do one more with this. Let's have some hope. that not hit you? There we go. Okay, I should stop falling for that. Okay. Okay, so there is potential. We see the potential already. Well, yeah. Yeah, this is broken. This is like slightly balanced. It is balanced actually, if you're really skilled with it. This is also balanced, but I believe it's like much easier to control than eye patch. What do you think?
Oh yeah, that's for sure. I mean, iPatch has two modes that you need to combine in order to do a proper combo. Um, However, Shuu is just, well, you have many ways to start a combo, but you saw it yourself. If you run and you shoot, it's really hard to catch up to someone. You don't really have a way to slide without being punished in a way that, for example, if I decide, you know what, I'm gonna use E, right? And I'm gonna use F to get closer to you.
Mm-hmm.
By the time I can move because of my F, you are already gone. With just a teleport move or something. And you also saw how I somewhat struggled against your IXA and sometimes against your Owl. But that's because you were able to time the... You were able to time it correctly the moment I used my E to get close to you. You timed your teleport correctly. And if you do that, it's pretty much impossible for me to catch up to you without taking major damage.
Against like melee, I feel like this is pretty strong. Like it's a pretty solid option to go against melee weapons. Like, do you think this is gonna do well against Taki?
Yeah, I do think so, yeah.
I see the potential like against ranged, I mean melee weapons specifically. But melee, I mean ranged, it's pretty difficult unless you're like really skilled with rushing and stuff. Then this really has potential to be meta. And that's what's like blowing my mind. Like weapons like these that cost you what? $500,000 just destroy weapons that cost hundreds of millions of yen. Yeah, already gave my review. My review didn't change. Actually, I'm going from a 7.6 overall to a 7.8 after that PvP because it has really interesting mechanics and it doesn't feel like, okay, I'm fighting this, I'm doomed. No, it's like, okay, this is actually fun. It's like a challenge because you can get screwed by a combo that doesn't really one-shot and at the same time it doesn't like not do much damage. It's like perfect amount of damage to get you in that zone where it's like, okay, I can't get hit with that like 2 more times, which makes me think that it's really balanced. And that's why I think it's pretty fun to fight. I don't know, Laura, was it fun to use it?
It is most definitely fun, and I'll probably actually keep it in my inventory as well.
Damn,
Like it really is fun to use, and I really have to use it more against ranged weapons in order to properly decide if it's good against it or not. One thing is for sure though, there's a reason why I'm not using iPad. And it's, I don't want to sound like I have an ego, but I pick up weapons really fast.
He does. I can bear witness for that.
Because, I mean, I swear I have used this weapon 5 minutes and then I quit because, like I said, I needed to study for my tests. Eye patch was easy to learn. You know the mechanics, but there's only so much you can do to make a weapon goo. To the point where I swapped my eye patch because I could not wait to get T-Human back. And that actually says a lot about the fact that I would much rather use T-Human than eye patch.
That's fair enough. I'm gonna use it a bit more to see, because I've seen its potential, and its potential destroyed me. So that's just like terrifying. I'm like, okay, so that's how you're moving. Okay, I understand. But yeah, overall, that's about it for two weapons showcase and a bit of Ro-Ghoul talks. You know, I've said this before. I'll say it again. I'm trying to work on defection, but life is not allowing me to do so. I'm gonna try my best now because my owner is alive again, you could say. And yeah, that's about it. Ro-Ghoul has a lot of potential to keep going. One more last thing I wanted to add. I know I said I wanted to make my videos short and concise, but I have to talk about Gyakusatsu. So I believe Gyakusatsu spawned, or doesn't she? She doesn't spawn anymore in.
In private servers,
Okay, that sucks.
at least as far as I know.
So Gyakusatsu now has what's it called? Like
Oh, it got reworked, right?
yes, she gives 100. So okay, before that I was grinding Gyakusatsu normally, and then they reworked it and they made it more stacks per Gyakusatsu, which is, it used to be 100 and then it became 80, which sucked, and now it's 100 again. And I'm like, okay, yes, I would love that. I would love for it to be 100. It just makes it more worthwhile as a boss. It was like at least the final boss of the game. And now she shoots a projectile. So those of you who know, Gyakusatsu usually follows you around with like something that comes off the ground and knocks you up, and that's really easy to dodge, and it's really good movement practice. Like I feel like it's good warm-up before you PvP. And now she shoots a projectile from her mouth. The thing is, with that projectile, it makes movement practice better. Like, it actually gets me warmed up, because not only am I getting tracked by something under the ground, but also I'm looking at Gyakusatsu to see when is she gonna launch her freaking spike. That also counts as like an object. You can climb on and hop on it, and it stops you, by the way, if you dash into it. So the only problem I have with that is that when I eliminate one of Gyakusatsu's stacks here, she of course goes into a roar. The problem here is when she goes into that roar, she's still charging up that spike. And a lot of times I've died because she just suddenly launched it, you know? And I'm gonna try to record a video about this where she just does a 360 at you and snipes you with that spike, which is kind of annoying. But that's about it. I don't know. I feel like Gyakusatsu has way more potential. I miss the Gyakusatsu where she used to spawn these like minions of hers, because it was like really fun. What do you think about this?
I think that Gyaku the first time was better, mainly because when we talk about rewards, right? This table over here was just, you have your hearts, or at the time it was called sacks. And one of those hearts gave you yen, RC, reputation, especially reputation, that was important, and you had a small chance of getting color credits. Now, yes, it was really overpowered, because Gyaku at the time also rewarded 100, and the game was in fact dying. So if you were to go to a server where usually, right, there was one person farming, or well, usually there's just one person hacking, let's be real.
Yeah.
Because of that, you were able to just kill Gyaku all by your own, gain 100 sex or heart, and just redeem that and get like 200,000 reputation in one go is a lot compared to now, because you can get you can get 10,000 reputation for 8 hearts. So based off the first like before it got reworked again, so let's say the rework before this one where you got 80 sag or 80 hearts, based on that, imagine if you kill Gyaku on your own, you can max get 80,000 rep, and it's just not really worth grinding Gyaku, and there is no actual good way to get reputation, in my opinion, right now. So if you were to ask me, hey, would you rather have the first Gyaku back and deal with the annoying 4 minions that it spawns per player, I would much rather have that for much better rewards than what we have now.
True, that is so true. For me, another part was that, like, you could, like, it was fun. I don't know, it was fun. The chaos was fun because it was just like 500 minions, and everyone was trying to team up on her, and the server was on 5,000 ms, and sometimes it's gonna lag. I don't know. It was like really funny back then, and now it's just like, okay, let's just grind Gyaku now. I don't know. Especially if you're watching this, or if any of the developers are watching this, there is a lot of potential. I'm just saying. Like, that's why Ro-Ghoul hasn't died yet, because of its potential. Yeah, it is like Megumi. But if Megumi was actually locked in. So, yeah, that concludes the video for today regarding Ro-Ghoul. I will try to be on time, hopefully, for the next update regarding Ro-Ghoul. And with that being said, thanks for watching the video. I'll see you guys in the next video.